So, brief little intro for everybody, just to kind of let you know what's happening. You'll notice that some of these videos are a little late in their timing. We had some tech issues, which meant we actually couldn't edit the footage until later in the week. You're still getting your videos, but they're just a little delayed. So apologies on that. I was snowed in with a different camera, and things like that happen. You'll see what I mean later. Anyway, on with the show. Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. Gerry here, Terry, Max are also here. So guys, the Watford match, weird feelings aside, I think we have a different kind of weird feelings concerning the fact that we were actually awarded a penalty, and Gerry Mina drew it, which is crazy. By the way, and then the man with ice in his veins put one right down the middle on the penalty, which I'm just not a big believer in that. I feel like just in case make the keeper work. You know what I mean? I feel like it's almost overthinking it. Pick a corner, go with it, whatever. You know, that just always worked for me. But I'm just some dude in America. So guys, Gylfi's missed a couple now. Max, do we keep Gylfi on, or do we have somebody else step in? And keep in mind it's somebody that would need to already be on the field. So we can't be like Baines, come on down.
I know, yeah. Yeah, Leighton come on for 5 minutes, like, just take his penalty.
Because he's the one I want taking him, that's the crazy thing.
No, it goes back to the World Cup for me. But was it against Nigeria where he hit the bar?
That did happen, yeah.
Like, from then on, I kind of had me doubts about him from the spot. I think his run-up's too short. I don't like it when played.
I agree with the run-up, the short run-up. Like, when he takes a normal run-up, he makes it usually. This short run-up, I don't get it.
And, I don't know, I always, when it comes to the penalties, I always refer, my granddad, I don't know whether it's just from what, because my granddad played for Everton at some point in his younger days, but I don't know whether it's from watching them or playing, because I know he played with Dave Hickson, but he always talked to me about Roy Vernon, a player from way back who played for Everton, and he said he's the best penalty taker that he'd ever saw, because he used to turn his back, he'd already have his corner in mind, and he'd just run at it and hit it in that corner. No funny business about it.
Yep.
Hit the corner, hit it hard. So from that approach, really, it's whoever can hit the ball as hard as they possibly can and as accurately as they possibly can from 12 yards. Mm-hmm. But for me, I'd like to think it's just quite poetic, considering how chaotic the fixture was last season. Obviously, we had the drama with us scoring our late penalty and Watford missing theirs, so maybe it just might be some sort of I don't know, karma from that. But especially after you see Luca Dean take a free kick like that, you want to see what he can do from 12 yards. I mean, we're quite a weird club in that we've had an established penalty taker that isn't our centre forward. You know, we've always been heavily reliant on Baines, and then obviously that. He missed that one against Man United away. I remember it because it was there. And then since then, I think his confidence just kind of took a drop from it. And then you had the Morales incident where Morales took the ball off him against West Brom and missed that. And I think
why are you reminding me of that?
From then on, I think we've just been a weird club in terms of taking our penalties. I never really quite liked Lukaku taking them because I didn't like his run-up, the way he kind of stops, stutters and drags. But
I agree. Lukaku did my head in watching him take penalties. The whole time I'm sitting there thinking he's somebody who just kind of looks clumsy. He seems clumsy. I want someone with an assure that seems like they're on balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Lukaku made me nervous every time. You know what? I was right. My gut was right. He missed a lot. You know, you want someone who's just assured, who can complete a 10-yard pass with comfort, without having to think about it, you know? And I felt like Gylfi's normally your guy. That's why this is messing with me. You know what I mean? I think Luca Dean is a good call on the possibility. I've just never seen him take a penalty.
For me, penalties are just about, it's all the mentality side of it. Every single professional Premier League player can strike a ball a certain part of the net from 12 yards in. I've never looked at a penalty taker and thought it's because of his technique. He's really good at how he hits that 12-yard strike. All the best penalty takers are he just doesn't struggle under pressure. So any one of our better ball players, I mean, I'm not suggesting a Idrissa Gueye should take the penalties, but if he got told to take a penalty in training, he could take a penalty. It's how do you do it in a crunch match? It's all about mentality. How do you beat the goalkeeper? Because there's no pressure on the goalkeeper. It's a freebie. If he doesn't get it, nobody blames him. So for me, you could look at Luca Dean, you could look at Andre Gomez. I think Walcott has taken them at Arsenal before. It is just about who can cope, and that's where I think we made Baines so good at them, and it didn't let it affect him. He just walked up and said, right, he's laid back, he's Leighton Baines, isn't he? He's not phased. So he didn't have an amazing sort of trick to his penalties or a special technique or a way of hitting it. He just picked a side and hit it hard and fast and then just stuck to it. Whereas Gylfi now, I think he will come off penalties. I think Silva was asked about that and he sort of said, I'll take that decision rather than... And I think when managers get asked about penalty takers when they miss, I think they give one of two answers. They say, I'll make that decision, or no, he's our penalty taker. Yeah, so if he's going to stay on them, he'd have said so, but only he'll know from training. It could be someone who surprises you. It could be Bernard, you don't know. It could just be anyone who can master the mental side of it, the sort of the pressure, because Richarlison would be a lot of people's choice just because he's a good attacker. Not for me.
Not for me.
He seems like the kind of player who he plays too much on the cuff. He's too raw. It'd bother him if he missed the penalty. He'd be finished for the whole game. And if it was a big penalty, he'd overthink it. Yeah. And on Lukaku, just what you said, he didn't have the mentality. Lukaku's penalties were like his goals. He would score if you were already 3-1 up. You knew, there was never any doubt he was scoring that penalty. But if you need him to score a goal, take you to an FA Cup final, say
Wembley, yeah,
he's going to miss because it's just not. It's just one of those things. So Gylfi's coming off them. It's got to be. He's been given them, and he's spewed it. He's not done well enough now. He's missed two in this first half of the season, and it's just finding who the right guy is.
Predicated on it being all mental. It's surely got to be Luca Dean. Planting a free kick, top corner, 96th minute. Surely that's got to be some indicator.
Luca Dean is on the list for me. I think your shot of Andre Gomez, Terry, is also a good shot. The whole mentality aspect, I think that's a bit. I think it's mentality meets technique. I want somebody. I mean, mentality thing. When I was in high school playing, I never missed a PK until the last one I ever took, and it's the only one where I changed direction right before my run up. I decided I overthought it. I thought, oh, this keeper has been talking to my club teammates. He'll know I always go this way, so he'll go that way, so I'll kick it the other way. And by doing that, I didn't refer to my technique at all. It was an awful kick. It was horrible. And it's because I overthought it. It was mentality, entirely mentality, because I'd proven with technique before, but that mentality. So it's just a matter of having both. I agree about Richarlison. I don't think he's the guy to take penalties. I don't. I don't know if anyone. I think the one that the attacker. I don't know. Bernard, I think, was a good mention. I think Tosin wouldn't be bad at it either.
That's what he's on.
But he's not going to be. He's not going to be in that often.
Yeah, he would be my first choice, but behind Baines, obviously. But much like Baines, it's whether he's on the pitch. You need to look at that starting lineup last night, which appears to be the starting lineup until unless we buy any new players from that group. There's no obvious candidate, but it probably can't be Sigurdsson now. Maybe it'll go back to Sigurdsson if he comes off them for a while, but. At the minute, he's I think he's missed 3 of the last 6. So that's a 50% ratio, which is not good enough. penalty taker.
I think it goes back to I think taking a little bit of pressure off of him is a good thing. It goes back to when we discussed him one time, the idea of him being one of our good players instead of the good player. You know what I mean? And the idea of just saying, you know what, we have some other people who can handle this. You just play. Just play your game. It'll be fine. We'll give it to Luka Dean. We'll give it to Andre Gomez. Give it to Bernard. Those are my three choices, by the way. Luka Dean and Gomez being my top two, just because they're very good passers. They're reliable and they strike the ball well. You know, I think Dean is my top.
Mm.
You know, but both of them, they have big club mentality. They've been there. You know, so that's what I would do it.
Man, it'd be Gomez, just because he could put it on a 50p piece. He's just his accuracy that good. So man would probably be Gomez, because you could just tell him a square inch of the goals, put it in, and he go, yeah, there, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he is my favorite player to watch that we have on our team right now, really, and I trust him. You know, I think that's what we're looking at in terms of penalty takers, though, for sure. Anything else on penalties, guys?
I don't know. It's weird because you think, go back to the Martinez days, you could have actually considered us a team of decent penalty takers, but I don't know, we're kind of back into the abyss now, aren't we, of not having, one solid candidate.
Well, I think we would have all said Sigurdsson is our guy. I think we would have all said that. But I think finding a way to take pressure off of him for now, we can do it. We got other people.
Yeah.
Why not? We're not in a position the way we were before. And you know what? At the time, I think the team mentality at that time was not strong. I think there was some behind-the-scenes arguing back then, Having a team mentality of confidence, and you all believe in what you're doing, that's a big part of it, Yeah. I don't know. I think this will get solved. You know what I mean? I'm just glad it didn't cost... At least we got 1 point out of that, Fortunate. I guess that's it for our Who Takes the Penalties segment. Luka Dean, Andre Gomez, one of those two guys. Let's do that. I'm good with that. So are they. If you dig the videos, please subscribe to the Toffee Blues YouTube channel. We're nearing 1,400 subs, and that's your doing, so thanks. If you want to see more Max, he shows up on other podcast videos, but additionally, he's on the Toffee Blues website where he gives analysis on Everton stuff. Lots of Everton stuff. Also, check out the Liverpool Echo fan Gerry, where Terry is there every so often. But both these guys' Twitter profiles will tell you where they'll be showing up next and when you can expect it. All right. Also, if you have access, Premier League Fan Zone, I was just recently on there with my son, Bennett. Check it out. All right. I guess that's it for this one. We got one more video segment. So let's go do it. And bye.